Howdy guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are still going over some of the new weaponry we can, of course, get from the brand new season of the Wish. And what we are going to be going over today is going to be the Appendant, freaking trace rifle, the Appendant. I'm going to call it the Appendant. It sounds like the best way to say it. But this is going to be the brand new seasonal freaking trace rifle in the game. So you can already see as well, it's going to be super unique because it is a stasis one. Now, I know we have, of course, exotic stasis trace rifles and everything, but when it comes to legendaries, this is going to be the very first stasis trace rifle. So for certain builds, this could go in really ham. As I said, though, this is going to be a seasonal weapon. So, of course, you get it from all the seasonal activities like the coil and everything. And also will, of course, be craftable too because it is a seasonal weapon. So if you want to craft this out, you can. But the Appendant trace rifle itself, you'll see on the screen all the rolls you can get. Now, I am going to be a bit peeved that this doesn't have like chill clip or something. I think chill clip would have went banging on this freaking pulse rifle. You can get headstone, which will be pretty fun and everything because obviously you hit a lot of crits with this thing. And of course, you can get overflow and demolitionist and everything. But what we are going to be going in today for us is going to be one of the under rolls I've gotten, which is going to be killing Tally with freaking hipfire. Hipfire is kind of the ass. Overflow obviously would be better here, or even just demolitionist. But killing Tally honestly can be super dope, especially because this is basically always active unless you stow the weapon or reload. And the great thing on certain characters, or if you just go onto certain builds, you can basically keep this infinitely going if you have something like transversal steps. So this, after a short amount of time running, will automatically reload the weapon, but it actually doesn't get rid of the killing Tally. So you can keep this active near constantly. And if you have a lot of obviously special ammo mods, if you got obviously the scavenger mods and everything, in PvE, you can basically use this like a primary. You can just run around just spamming this thing out with the extra damage. It is really dope. We're going to showcase what it's like in both PvP and PvE. So without further ado, let's go into some PvP first with the Appendant's freaking trace rifle. Alrighty, so we are going to be doing some PvP, of course, with our Appendant itself. And this is what it's going to look like and everything. And I honestly do think trace rifles have some of the slickest looks and everything. This has a little flap. What the hell? What is that window? But this should be pretty good. Obviously, I didn't get my, what's it called? Oh, buddy. Yeah, this guy has to die for me. Yo. Wait, no, I didn't get him. I tried freaking melee the other guy because he's half HP. But this should be pretty nice and everything. Trace rifles, I will say PvP, they definitely do struggle to be part of the meta because generally speaking, you can see like, oh my god, okay, we killed him. But generally speaking, people can just absolutely murk you with other weapons real quick. 600 RPMs will do a lot of work on you. And also, you can kind of see ammo is definitely one of the things it struggles with as well. As I said, it's not the worst ammo economy wise, but there's just like, I mean, you can't one shot all the time with these. You got to hit a lot of crits or whatnot. People would just rather, of course, go for other things. But as you can kind of see, and yo, there's people everywhere. I don't want to waste my killing tally, so I don't want to slow this. But you can kind of see if you keep the killing tally going and I have the transversal steps, I can basically keep this killing tally going consistently and get the extra damage kind of going now. Obviously, I'm going to run out of ammo here. Oh, no, my ammo. Give me ammo, boys. Give me ammo. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We get the killing tally keep going. But this is one of the cool things you can kind of do with trace rifles that roll killing tally. And I do think that because it is in the stasis kind of slot, it can be pretty nice for certain builds or whatnot. Now, obviously, this doesn't have any chill clip and everything, which, as I said, is kind of sad. And of course, that thing goes for me. It doesn't have any chill clips or anything like that, which I honestly do feel is kind of sad for it. But I will definitely say that it's still going to be a pretty nice freaking trace rifle. As you can kind of see, it's going to be super stable. Oh, I'm dead. Freaking torn. But yeah, when it comes to what's it called? Oh, trace rifles PvP, you can kind of see that they will struggle a little bit now. Buddy. Give me the kill. But they will struggle. I'm not going to lie. They're not exactly the meta per se. Even if they got a big damage buff or anything like that, I still think they'd struggle a little bit in terms of just being consistent because there's no one-shotting on special weapons. If these are primaries, oh, 100% I'd be saying this thing would be dope. But the fact that it's not a primary is the reason that it struggles so freaking much. And that's a hung jury in the sky. My man is just floating and absolutely nailing me. But as I said, that does not mean that the trace rifle can't be fun. This thing can definitely go in. Now, buddy, you jump up again with your shotgun. Do it. I've got the window open. Buddy, jump up. Is this guy just... Oh, he's just sitting down there with fusions and shotguns and everything. My god, I'm not pushing it, okay? I just refuse to go underneath and just get absolutely blasted. This guy, though, give me that ammo real quick. And someone got heavy underneath me. I'm so scared. Oh, this is heavy. But yeah, as I said, the damage isn't the worst and everything, but you can kind of see, oh my god, a bow nearly absolutely blasted me. That's the thing I'm kind of looking at, is that you've got primary weapons like bows in the game that can just do so much damage with one shot and everything. This legit is just like a glorified sort of auto rifle. Yo, if I could just knock a spawn peak like that, that would be great. But yeah, this is basically like a glorified auto rifle where with the killing tally, it can actually do some damage, but without the killing tally, you can see people just get away on you. Like they're about 1 HP. They both just get away. Guys, leave me alone. Just let me get the kill. And yo, what the? Oh! Oh! Bye. I have 1 bullet left in my thing, and I'll get this guy. Oh, give me the kill. Buddy. Oh, I don't have my freaking currencies on. I don't have currencies on. I forgot I have freaking transversal steps on. But yeah, you seen I spammed like 100 bullets into that Titan, and he just manages to get away on me. Because as soon as you're getting hit with this, you can kind of like dip and everything. Like, see, you can get kills. But any sort of player, can I get this underneath? Nope. But any sort of decent player, when they're getting spammed by this sort of thing, they're going to get away on you and everything, which it does mean that you're going to struggle to get kills with it and everything. As I said, it's just so situational. Aegis Scepter and whatnot probably can do work and stuff as well, but oh, look at this guy. That's the other thing too. It doesn't exactly have the best range in the world or whatnot, but yeah, you're just gonna struggle, I think, in general with trace rifles PvP. So yeah, this wouldn't be the PvP weapon, boys. I'm not saying it will be. I mean, trace rifles. Oh, we wish they were primary PvP, or just give them massive ammo reserves. Make them basically be a primary PvE. That would be the best thing. I will admit it's probably because Bungie are probably real scared of making trace rifles go PvP because of the laser tag weekend. I honestly do feel like Bungie are probably super scared of making them anyway sort of damageable, because when they were freaking good, these things used to just absolutely blast people. When the freaking what's it called, Prometheus was just a laser weekend, it used to blast people. So I kind of understand the freaking hesitation by Bungie, but look at that, the extra little bit of damage, and I can actually nail people now. But oh, he's got heavy. Of course he does. We got him to kill himself at least. God damn it. Okay, I do have my super, and they've got a freaking hammer titan. Oh no. Oh, look at this guy before I die. Oh my god, there's a guy with freaking hammers. Hammer. Oh no. Come on, jump down. Somebody, oh my god, what are you doing here? Oh my god, when I said jump down, I didn't mean like go that way. Oh man, there's just freaking people everywhere. I've got the radiant, the killing tally like 2 or something going. We get this guy. No, the timeline vertex. I should have just kept spraying. I honestly thought he was just gonna try to run away instead of fighting me. Oh god, we'll get this guy though. No, there's 2 people. Bodu, die. No, the freaking stupid clone. Oh, we'll try to get this guy. But this is what I mean. Without that freaking killing tally, it takes so much to actually kill someone. That is just like, it's not that it's not worth it, but it just struggles a bit too much for me, you know. There's people everywhere. And oh my god, this guy and his freaking grenade launcher heavy. I honestly think as well, the problem is that we have gotten new sort of strand trace rifles as well, which I think if you're going to use either of them PvP, they can actually work out a little bit better. Oh my god, I whiffed. But the strand one, in terms of the Trials one, that would actually work out a little bit better with like things like slice and everything can kind of get going on a hatch things and whatnot. Headstone, as I said, is fine. All this really needed though was shield clip. If this had shield clip, I'm telling you right now, it would be so much kind of more unique, and it would go in super hard. Maybe they didn't want the Aegis Scepter to be like kind of encroached upon as a legendary weapon, but I will definitely say that if this had the freaking what's it called? Oh, buddy. Yeah, let's go, guys. We're sending it. Oh my god, I was sending it. I got blasted. But if this had that chill clip, it'd just be a lot more utility based. So if there was a bunch of teammates around them, you could definitely start freezing or slowing and everything, which I think for a trace rifle will make it so much more viable. But the fact that it doesn't have that is just, yeah, it kind of does suck. And maybe it was like a technical thing, they couldn't add it to a trace rifle, but I just think honestly it would just make this so much nicer. Like you can kind of see it can do work, and I went too far with that. It can do work if you get your headshots going in, but I just think PvP when it comes to trace rifles, they're just never really going to be near the meta and everything, because realistically autos can do somewhat of the same thing. And I basically have to have killing tally. I just got hung druid, but I basically have to have killing tally on this to make it viable, which doesn't bode well for a weapon when you have to have it actually getting kills to do better. I mean, kill clip is one thing, but needing killing tally to actually be viable in terms of damage is a freaking no there. And we'll get this guy. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so we're gonna do the PvE side of things, of course, with our Appendants, and this is where it's gonna be a little bit more, I'd say, viable. And obviously with the killing tally, I'll get it going a lot more. Killing tally by 3, by the way, is like the max you can kind of get going, but this is where I'll get it going a lot more. I'll also have the Prometheus, or the freaking what's called transversal steps, so I can keep the ammo economy kind of going as well. And if you get a good overflow roll, you will definitely do absolute work. Now guys, freeze his ass. Freeze him, boys. Get him. There we go. But yeah, obviously PvE will be a lot easier to kind of get this going in, and this is where it'll be a lot more consistent. It's the biggest shame ever that it doesn't have freaking what's it called, the shield clip. I'm telling you right now, shield clip would just be so nice on a stasis build especially. I good to see Chill Clip making this thing an absolute machine, especially against like higher end enemies in terms of obviously barrier champs and whatnot. If you want to do, obviously stun unstoppables and everything, and disruptor freaking champions. I think that this could have went in so well. And as I said, you can kind of use this as a pseudo sort of primary. You can definitely see. Oh, I nearly blew myself up. Well, yeah, you can see in PvE, I just have the killing tally basically constantly going. It's just a constant buff in PvE, which, as I said, is just so freaking nice. Now, do I lose it off that? If I pick stuff up, I do lose it. Okay, that's good to know. Basically, do not pick up balls to dunk, boys, because you will lose your buff. The other good thing kind of about this as well, though, is that it does get like a ton of extra ammo in PvE, of course. You have so much in reserves. You can kind of see it there. You get up to like 300s and whatnot. PvP, obviously, I was basically never getting to that. But in PvE, you can, of course, with overflow. If you have overflow and, of course, the killing tally, I'd probably never actually have to do use transversal steps. It just automatically load the freaking mag. So on other classes where you don't have transversal steps, it'll be nice with overflow because it'll always just overflow your magazine and whatnot. The one for all too. If you don't want to just get the killing tally sort of damage going, you can definitely use, of course, one for all. One for all isn't too hard to proc. It just hits 3 enemies and you get that extra, I think it's flat 15%. So there's tons of different sort of roles to go for. I definitely will say headstone will be really interesting PvE because you can definitely get spam the shots. But as I said, auto rifles have headstone as well, and you can kind of see how useful they can be too. So it is just really going to be personal preference which ones to go for. But I definitely will say that as far as it goes for being versatile and also being a legendary freaking stasis weapon, stasis trace rifle, I think for that reason alone, it's going to be worth getting some rolls of it. And honestly, if you get to crafting it, I think there's actually some really good potential with it in PvE. PvP, I don't think trace rifles will ever be the meta because it was meta once with Prometheus. And it had to get nerfed because it was broken as all hell. Okay, laser tag weekend was broken. I'm not gonna lie. It was insane. And waveform and like all the, what's called the exotic versions of trace rifles, they can do well PvP, but realistically, you're not going to be using a PvE because, or PvP because there's just better options, especially because it's special. If it was not special, I would suggest it, but because it's a special weapon, you're definitely going to struggle. But as I said, PvE, especially with killing tally by 3 constantly going, it's just a really solid ass trace rifle to get the damage going in. As I said, everything just kind of gets shredded. Yellow bars, freaking normal ass bars. Look at this. The damage is just gonna be nutty on it. As I said, you can basically use this like a pseudo sort of freaking primary just for extra damage. Alrighty, final boss time, of course, with our Appendant freaking trace rifle. And as I said, in PvE, it's definitely where it kind of shines. You can definitely see the damage can be really nice. And especially in the right builds and whatnot, you will do work, as I said, in the good stasis build too, especially with stasis after getting buffed this season. It can go in really, really well. I just think that it's such a shame it didn't like the chill clip, but especially with like a one for all roll or a freaking killing tally roll, I think the damage is really there to make it somewhat viable. Now, it does cause you to kind of spec into it by a lot, and obviously picking up orbs, I've lost the killing tally. So it just kind of make you spec into a little bit by itself. So I know people won't really like it for that reason alone. But I just think that damage-wise, trace rifles can actually be really good. If you run like double primary or double special sort of setups, trace rifles is just going to be really good for the kind of ammo economy, and then use something else for the extra DPS. So if you want to use like a freaking, obviously like a shotgun or a freaking fusion, maybe a sniper. There is tons of different builds you can kind of get going with it, but I just think that overall, because this is craftable too, it's definitely going to be up there for something you probably should get, especially because it is the only freaking what's called stasis trace rifle in the game. It's legendary as well. It might be worth it in that regard, especially if you want to get a good what's called stasis build kind of going. So yeah, I do think overall that this is a dope ass freaking trace rifle and that it's worth getting a roll of. Oh, it's final boss time already, boys. We are freaking going straight through this. But yeah, I do think that it is definitely worth it when it comes to for freaking stasis builds and everything like that. You want to be using something like this, but overall, it's just a dope ass weapon to kind of pick up. Something for the collections anyway, because as I said, it's the only stasis trace rifle in the game, so it's got that going for it, if anything. I'm just so sad to get chill clipped. Well, that is it for me. And of course, the Appendance freaking trace rifle itself. As I said, I think this one is just a bit like you have to kind of get it because it's the only stasis card legendary trace rifle in the game. There is the Age of Scepter, as I mentioned a couple of times, probably a lot. It is, of course, the exotic stasis trace rifle you can get, which for ag control, it's an absolute king. I'm not gonna lie, it's so good because it freezes, and then you can use your super to kind of destroy enemies too. As I said, it would have just been so nice if this got chill clip. I think it would have been a must get if it had it, but because there's no chill clip, you're gonna struggle to kind of see the benefits of this. Killing tally is great, don't get me wrong, and one for all is great, but there has been other trace rifles with these rolls before. So the only thing that kind of puts this on edge to other trace rifles is that it is going to be, of course, a stasis weapon. The one thing I will say though is that the freaking new legendary weapon in Trolls is going to be a stasis trace rifle, or a strands trace rifle. So People will probably be wanting to use that if they're going to use a trace rifle more often, because Strand PvE is probably a lot more viable than most subclasses at the moment anyway. Like Strand Titan is insane, Strand Hunter can be insane, same with Warlock. But I do think if you get a headshot or a headstone roll on this as well, it'll be really fun PvE, and One for All can go in really well PvE as well. And then if you want to try a trace rifle out PvP, definitely try out a killing tally roll with, of course, the these what's it called, transversal steps, or something that auto reloads your weapon without you actually having to reload, because it will keep the buff going, meaning you'll do that extra damage. And I'll definitely say it does kind of need that extra 1 or 2 damage. I'm not gonna lie, killing tally, it just helps out the weapon so much PvP. You can see you can get kills by themselves, but people get away. At least with the killing tally, you have more of a better time to kill than you obviously without one. Really cool design. I love the window that pops up when you aim in, and I just think overall it's a pretty dope ass trace rifle. It's worth getting because it's stasis. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like. Anybody see more content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.